We are truly happy to be honoring you.
I really am honored by it because the legend part. I think that just goes with the gray and the beard. But the groundbreaker part makes me feel very good as somebody who's worked within the kind of mainstream system largely. To be given that kind of an honor means a lot because both Brian Grazer and I, I'd imagine, have over the years really tried to be as creatively ambitious as we could possibly be while always keeping an eye on wanting to entertain audiences. And so the fact that ambition is acknowledged today means a lot to me.
When you think about breaking ground, what is the next frontier for you? Because you've done a lot of everything at this point.
For me, it's always a frontier because society, culture is always changing. And it's another thing that the festivals really shine a light on. But, as the world gets smaller, as new voices with new perspectives emerge, I think it's exciting as a storyteller to keep understanding that. But it is a kind of frontier because it's not about falling back entirely on your past experiences. It's about using that experience to sort of build and communicate with audiences in the freshest, most exciting ways.
When you look at the things that you've done and accomplished, both, as an actor, as a producer, as a director, next August will be 50 years since American Graffiti. As you kind of encapsulate all those things, when you kind of look back at them, what is it that stands out about, the choices that you've made throughout your career?
Look, luck, a lot of good fortune. And yeah, I've always respected the process, I've respected the medium, and I've respected audiences. But the collaborators, starting with Andy Griffith, I mean, and then George Lucas, and then so many others. Actors have had a chance to work with brilliant writers. Those are the real treasures. That's the gifts. Whether the projects necessarily clicked at their highest level or not, which is always the hope, it's those conversations, that problem-solving process that I've just found it's been kind of the foundation of my life and my ongoing growth, and I'm grateful for it.
All right, we're happy that you are bringing us things like 13 Lives, more true, important stories, but also bringing back nostalgia with things like Willow. Is there anything that you have yet to kind of revisit that you would want to revisit again? Something that you've worked on?
Well, I don't want to say in case they don't happen, but there are a number of stories, and Brian Grazer and I talk about it all the time, that as things shift, as cultures change, the sort of the fundamental concepts are still good jumping off places, and some of these ideas are really worth continuing to explore, not just for commerciality, but because there's something about the sort of the approach to a subject that still has some validity, but it needs a new perspective. Whether I'm the one to then direct that or not, probably not. But let's find the filmmaker who does connect with it. Meanwhile, I've got probably more projects that I'm ever going to manage to be able to make that I still want to do.
What about acting? What would get you back in front of the camera?
I guess maybe if my daughter Bryce Dallas Howard wanted to hire me, that would be hard to say no to. Otherwise, it's kind of hard for me to make time, even though, it would be fun to act again, I suppose.